We've been walking for hours. We've got to quicken our pace. The Lich King is defenseless without us.
I left many of my warriors at Icecrown before I came to find you, Death Knight. They will hold the line for as long as they are able.
Tell me, where are all of your people? Shouldn't there be Nerubians around here, undead or otherwise?
I've been wondering about that myself. Something must have driven them all off.
We did, you rotting bastards! We've been watching you all along!
Muradin's dwarves. Impossible. Doesn't anyone stay dead anymore?
We've been wandering this forsaken land ever since you killed Muradin and left us to rot Arthas. Our leader, Baelgun, led us into the ruined city to survive. But there's no way we're letting you in.
We have no time for these games. Saphiron, attack! Well done, mighty Saphiron. I wish we could take you with us, but the confines of the Dark Earth are no place for you.
The Lich King's time is running short. We must hurry.
Tread lightly. Finally.
For Khazmodan!
A pint for every ghoul you blast!
At last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Set off the charges! Blow the bridge before they get across!
No! Stop them before they...
That was for Muradin. Now you'll never get across.
There are other passages through the labyrinth, Death Knight. We will find another way.
Finally. This is more like it. Speak, fool. What is it now? Speak. My might cannot be matched. At last. No one knows me. What is it now? Tread lightly. What is it now? This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. No one can stand around. Now, Frostmourne. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Tread. Frostmourne hungers. Fateless coward. Finally. This is more like it. No one can move around. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it.
These Nerubians are your kin. Why are they hostile to us?
Many of us who fell during the War of the Spider were brought back to serve the Lich King. These warriors, however, never died. Foolishly, they still fight to liberate Nerub from the Scourge.
Last. This place looks like an old storage silo. It's a dead end, Nubarak.
There must be a hidden passage somewhere. We Nerubians were crafty engineers in our time. This is an ancient Nerubian hoarding cell. We kept most of our treasures hidden in chambers like this. The passage to the lower depths lies just beyond this room.
Great. As long as we're here, we can take some of these items with us.
Tread lightly. This is more like it. Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Fateless coward. No one wants me around.
This is more like it. Finally.
Don't even try it, you bastard! That there treasure belongs to the dwarves!
This treasure belongs to the Lich King, little creature. We, his servants, shall take what we will.
At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
This is for Meriden, you bastards!
This is more like...
No one orders me around. What? At last. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. Finally.
At last.
It's them! Blast them!
Summons.
Speak for the living and the dead. No one orders me unnoticed. Tread lightly. Finally. No one orders me. Speak, fool. What is it now? At last.
Damned undead! Slay them all!
Your pain shall be legendary. Frostmourne hungers. Frostmourne hungers.
Shoot anything that shuffles or skitters!
Frostmourne hungers.
My might cannot be matched. Speak, fool. I have heard the summons. What is it now? I serve only the no one is around.
At last.
I remember you, evil prince. You're the one that killed poor Nuradin.
Get over it already.
I won't let you through this door, traitor. The recent quakes have awakened dark things under the ice. Ancient, horrid things. We vowed to keep them locked where they are.
We'll take our chances, dwarf. We're going through that door, one way or another.
Kinky. No one orders me around. What is it now? The tide is leaving. Tread lightly. My might cannot be matched. No one orders me around. I'll make you suffer. Tread lightly. Your pain shall be legendary. No one orders me around. What is it now? Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers.
What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. The air smells awful in here. Something doesn't feel right.
If the dwarf's story was true, there's no telling what awaits us in the darkness. This stairwell leads into the heart of the old Nerubian Empire. We must be cautious.
By all means. You first.
We have entered the old kingdom. Be wary, Death Knight. Whatever scared the dwarves still lurks down here somewhere.
No one orders me around. Frostmourne hungers.
Wait. The towers on either side are rigged to fire bolts of frost. This hallway is a death trap.
Can't we disable them?
The circular hatch in the far wall is an aqueduct plug. If we can open it, the water might flood the firing mechanisms and disable the entire trap.
Gold. We should take this with us.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Must be.
Speak, fool. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it.
Time is fleeting.
Tread lightly. At last. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it.
That's done it. Let's move.
Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. For the Lich King. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Look, brothers. The traitor king.
Who? Me?
He is referring to me, Death Knight. These Nerubians will stop at nothing to destroy us.
This is more like it. Faithless coward. At last. I'll make sure you suffer. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Thank you, Great One. The rebel spiders captured my comrades as well. They're being held in a nearby chamber. Release them, and they will be yours to command.
This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. What is it now? Speak, fool. I have heard the summons. No one orders me around.
At last. You will know endless torment. Your pain shall be legendary.
Slay the intruders.
No one orders me.
I have heard the summons. Your choice.
What is it now? No one orders me around.
Speak. Proceed.
This is more like it. At last.
Death to the servants of Ner'zhul.
Last.
The eggs of our young are incubated within those breeding pods. There's no telling how many vicious hatchlings they hold.
You are right. They're definitely hostile. We've got to destroy the breeding pods.
We could also seal the doors to shut the hatchlings in.
Frostmourne hungers. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Speak. No one orders me around. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Finally. I have heard the summons. Speak, fool. Time is fleeting. Tread lightly. This is no one orders me around. You rang. Speak, fool.
Tread lightly. This is more like it.
Drive the foul undead back to the surface.
For the Lich King. I said only the frozen throne. You will know everything. Finally. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Make your choice. What have you heard the summons? Tread lightly. Your pain shall be proceed. Make your choice. What is it now? Speak, fool. Tread lightly. Now, Frostmourne. Time is fleeting. What is it now? This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. I serve only the frozen throne. This is more like it. At last. You will know endless torment. This is more like it. I have heard the summons. Speak, fool.
Frostmourne hungers. For the Lich. What the hell are they?
They are the horrors the dwarves spoke of. I thought they were only legends.
What?
They are the faceless ones.
I'll make
Sure. No one orders me around. What is it now? This is more like it. Faithless coward. Tread lightly. Finally. No one orders me around. You will know endless torment. Your pain shall be legendary. You will know endless torment. At last. Now, Frostmourne. I serve only my frozen throne. Finally. At last. Finally. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. Oh, sure, suffer. At last. Your pain shall be legendary. I'll make sure you suffer. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Tread lightly. No one orders me around. Tread lightly. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Faithless coward. Your pain shall be legendary.
fleeting. Make your choice. Be drained of life.
Speak, fool.
I
Serve only the frozen seed. I await.
No one orders me around.
It cannot be. A forgotten one. Look to your defenses, Death Knights. Fight as you've never fought before.
Faithless coward.
Proceed.
What is it? This is more like Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Tread lightly. You will end this moment. What is it? At last. Tread lightly.
We cannot take them all. Hurry, Death Knight. Up the stairwell. Hurry.
We're running out of time, Anubarak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the Upper Kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover!
Arthas!
The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anubarak and the others survived. No one orders me around. Finally, I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. More of the Nerubians' blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Ah, at last. Another quake? This is more like it.
Frostmourne hunger. Finally. This is more like it. Finally. Frostmourne hunger. Oh, at last. Frostmourne hunger. Finally. This is more like it. Now, Frostmourne. At last. This is more like it. Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hunger. You will end this. This is more like it. At last. For the Lich King. Frostmourne hunger. At last. I'll make sure you suffer. Finally. At last. For the Lich King. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Frostmourne hungers. What is it now? Finally. Your pain shall be necessary. At last. Inventory. This is more like it. At last. Finally. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Insufficient mana. Frostmourne hungers. At last. You will know endless torment. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Finally.
I must find a way across this strange obstacle. Finally. This is more like it. Finally.
Frostmourne hungers. Finally. This is more like it. Finally.
Insufficient mana.
No one orders me around. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers.
Insufficient mana.
Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. Finally. For the Lich King. At last. You will know endless joy. This is more like it. Finally.
More like it. Anubarak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone.
Frostmourne hungers. At last.
Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
Finally. At last. Finally. I'll make sure something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
Only the frozen throne.
Tread lightly. Finally.
Speak, fool. At last. Finally. At last. Finally. Speak. I have heard the summons. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. Speak, fool. Tread lightly.
What is it now?
Proceed. We're running out of time. We must find the exit.
Speak, fool. This is more like it. This is more like it. At
They're
last.
blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
No one wants me around. Tread lightly. Frostmourne hungers. At last. Frostmourne hungers. I'll make sure time is fleeting. No one wants me around. I've heard summons. Tread lightly. Speak. What is it now? Tread lightly. What is it now? I've heard summons. Speak, fool. What is it now? This is more like it. Frostmourne
Time
hungers.
is fleeting. I'll consume the living and the
Speak,
dead.
fool.
This is more like it.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.